My child, do not stop now. I see the weariness in your heart, the trembling in your soul. You've walked through storms, been struck by disappointments, and have known what it feels like to be misunderstood even by those you love. You've stood in places where you questioned your worth, where you couldn't see the road ahead, and where you wondered if I was still listening. But I have never left your side. Every sigh you've let out, I've heard. Every tear you've cried, I've seen. And every time you've thought about giving up, I was the one gently whispering, hold on. But listen to me. You are not lost. You are not behind. You are not too late. Every step you take in faith, even when your knees are shaking, is a step forward with me. When the world moves too fast, I walk at your pace. When it slows down and burdens press in, I lift you with my presence. Even your hesitation is not the end. It is the moment I show you how deeply I understand you. I am not the God of your past mistakes. I am not the voice of your doubts. I am the one who called you before you were born. The one who designed your soul with purpose and precision. I have walked every valley beside you, and I have gone ahead to prepare the way. I've stood in your tomorrows while holding you in your todays. So why stop now? Why allow fear to paralyze what I have set in motion? Why believe the lie that this is where your story ends? I did not bring you this far to leave you here. I have not invested my love in you only to see you unravel. My child, keep moving forward with me. Let every breath be a declaration that your story is still unfolding under my guidance. Let your walk be a silent sermon of trust. Let your journey be a living testimony that I still lead, I still heal, and I still make a way. Chapter 1. I make all things new. I know what you've lost. I know what broke your heart. I know the quiet places where you hide your pain, where your soul retreats to sort through the aching weight of memories you wish you could forget. I see the silent prayers, the restless nights, and the questions that echo with no immediate answers. I see how you carry invisible burdens while still trying to smile through your days. But I also know what I placed inside you. My spirit, my promises, and the power to rise when the world expects you to fall. You are not defined by your setbacks. You are defined by my grace, ever present, unshakable, and sufficient for every wound. When my son walked the earth, he did not seek out the proud or those who thought themselves righteous. He touched the broken, not the perfect. He sought the sinner, not the saint. He healed what others gave up on and restored what society had already cast aside. He sat with the rejected, dined with the condemned, and embraced the lost. Do you see it now? That same power lives in you. That same spirit that raised him from the dead dwells in you. You are not walking toward a finish line you have to earn. You are walking in the direction of my restoration, which was never built on your performance, but on my promises. When you move with me, you are not dragging your past like shackles bound to your soul. You are releasing old weight with every step. You are stepping into newness, into a life redeemed by purpose, into a future I've shaped with my own hand. The path ahead isn't determined by what broke you, but by the one who is building you. Each time you choose to believe instead of fear, you loosen the grip of what was. Each moment you say yes to me, you draw nearer to what is yet to come. The old may echo, whispering accusations, reminding you of failures and trying to revive shame. It may replay moments that made you feel weak or unworthy, trying to convince you that you are still the same. But it no longer holds authority. It is a voice without power, a shadow that fades in the presence of my light. Every time you step forward, its grip loosens. Every time you declare my truth, its noise grows quieter. You are not the mistakes you made. You are not the pain you endured. You are who I say you are, redeemed, renewed, and beloved. The pain may still knock, still call your name, still revisit like an unwanted guest, but it no longer has a key to your heart. It cannot dwell where my spirit resides. Your identity is not rooted in wounds, but in worth. You do not belong to sorrow. You belong to me. You are a vessel of grace, a living testimony that I bring beauty from broken places and hope from heaviness. What once defined you will now refine you, and what once haunted you will soon humble you with gratitude for how far you've come. You are being remade, not patched up, not repaired, but entirely reformed from the inside out. I am not simply adjusting the surface. I am transforming the substance. I am restoring your mind, your confidence, your identity. I am rewriting the narrative you once believed about yourself. Keep walking, even when your steps feel small. Keep walking, even when the road is unclear and your strength feels thin. And you will see it. I am doing a new thing. It is not hidden from you, though it may be unfolding in ways you didn't expect. It is not delayed. It is right on my time. It is unfolding around you and within you. I am turning ashes into beauty, sorrow into strength, regret into rejoicing, emptiness into overflow. I am not waiting for perfection. I am building you in the progress. Every season serves a purpose. Every tear has been caught. Every ounce of faith has been multiplied. It springs forth, not from your striving, but from my spirit. Not through effort, but through surrender. Can you not perceive it? Tune your heart to me and you will. Open your eyes, child. Look beyond the noise. Look beyond the fear. Listen for my still, small voice. The new has already begun. You are already in motion toward it. I am with you in the unseen. I am faithful in the waiting. Trust the process. Trust my pace. Trust that I am working in ways you can't yet see. But one day, you will. Write down what you believe is holding you back. Then write this over it. God makes all things new. Every morning, repeat it. This is how you begin again, not by force, but by faith. Chapter 2. The wilderness is not the end. Some of you are in the wilderness. You feel alone, forgotten, abandoned. The landscape around you feels dry, lifeless, and unfamiliar. The comfort you once leaned on seems far away, and the hope you used to cling to now feels like a distant whisper. But listen to me, child. The wilderness is not punishment. It is preparation. It is the sacred space where distractions fall away and your foundation is tested. Even my son, before beginning his ministry, was led into the wilderness, not to be punished, but to be proven, not to be harmed, but to be readied, not to be broken, but to be empowered. When you walk through dry places, when the voices around you fall silent, when the applause fades and the crowd disappears, that is where my voice becomes clearest. You begin to distinguish my whisper from the noise. You start to see with spiritual eyes. The world may grow quiet, but I am speaking louder than ever before to your soul. And in that stillness, you learn to depend not on circumstance, not on outcome, not on comfort, but on my presence. I have not removed myself from you. I have drawn you closer. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are being refined, reshaped, and strengthened from the inside out. The wilderness is where endurance grows, where faith is stretched, where idols are stripped away and my power is revealed. In this place, I am showing you what truly matters. I am shifting your focus from what is temporary to what is eternal. The discomfort you feel is not a sign that I've abandoned you. It's the tension of transformation. It's the space between who you were and who I am shaping you to be. It may feel like you're wandering, but you are being guided. It may feel like delay, but it is divine timing. In the wilderness, you are not being punished. You are being prepared, deepened, and made whole. Do not despise this season. Do not curse what I am using to carve your character. My pruning is painful but purposeful. It removes what cannot stay in the next chapter of your life. I am pruning fear, doubt, insecurity, and false dependence so that only what is eternal remains. Here in this quiet place, I am drawing your heart to mine. I am teaching you to walk by faith, not by sight. I am helping you see that I am not just the God of deliverance, but the God of development. I am not only in the destination, I am in the desert, refining you. Every step in the wilderness is part of the plan. Every hard morning when it's difficult to rise, every tear-stained night when peace feels distant, every unanswered question that tests your belief, every time you choose to speak life instead of defeat, when you forgive even while still hurting, when you choose to worship though your heart is breaking, it is a seed of breakthrough being sown. These acts of obedience in the unseen places, these quiet, faithful moments are powerful in my kingdom. I do not forget the seeds you plant in pain. I water them with my spirit. I nurture them with my love. And in my perfect time, they bloom into beauty far greater than you imagined. Keep moving forward with me, and you'll find rivers in the desert, streams of grace where you least expect them. I will surprise you with mercy. I will surround you with comfort when you feel most vulnerable. You'll discover wisdom in the waiting, clarity in the stillness, and strength in the silence. You'll learn that the pause is not punishment, it is preparation. Manna for the day, just enough grace to sustain you not only physically, but spiritually and emotionally. Enough to make it through, enough to remind you that I see you. Strength for the climb, power you didn't know you had until you were forced to dig deep and discover that I was there all along, filling every gap, reinforcing every weak place. Joy that is not dependent on circumstance, joy that erupts in spite of hardship because it flows from my spirit. Peace that surpasses understanding, calm in the chaos, stillness in the storm, a holy hush that silences fear. I never waste your pain. I use it as soil for your growth. I never abandon my children, not in the night, not in the struggle, not in the doubt. I lead them through it. I walk beside you. I carry you when needed. I steady you when you falter. And I will lead you through, all the way to the other side, where your wilderness becomes your testimony, your ashes become your altar, and your trial becomes a platform to declare that I am faithful, I am near, and I am not finished with you yet. Embrace the silence. Set time each day to be alone with me, with no distractions. Keep a journal of what I reveal to your spirit during those moments. Chapter 3. When you stumble, I stay. You fell. You said something you regret. You did something you swore you wouldn't do again. You let yourself down. You let others down. And now shame tries to speak louder than my promise. Guilt weighs on your shoulders, trying to convince you that you are no longer worthy of my love, no longer fit to walk with me. But hear me, beloved. I never asked you to be flawless. I never demanded perfection. I asked you to follow me, even when it's messy, even when it's hard. Even when Peter denied my son 3 times, Jesus restored him, not with anger, but with love. He met him not with condemnation, but with compassion. He asked Peter not, "Why did you fail?" but "Do you love me?" That is the question I ask you now, not to shame you, but to call you closer. My grace is not fragile. It is not shaken by your stumble. It is not withdrawn the moment you fall. My grace is steadfast, unshakable, and poured out freely in your lowest moments. It is strongest when you feel weakest, when your strength has run out and you finally reach for mine. Keep moving forward, not because you are perfect, but because I am faithful. Because I knew you would fall, and still I chose you. Still I walk with you. Still I speak your name with tenderness, not disappointment. Still I reach for your hand when you hesitate to reach for mine. The enemy wants your failure to define you, to lock you in regret, to convince you that you are disqualified from my love. But I want your recovery to refine you, to awaken your purpose, to show you that grace was never about what you could earn. It was always about what I freely give. Let your wounds become windows where my light shines through. Let them speak of healing, not hurt. Let the cracks in your story become the places my mercy fills, not with shame, but with strength. Your scars are not a sign of defeat. They are the proof of survival. They are the evidence that the enemy did not win, that you still belong to me. What you think disqualifies you is the very place I will display my glory. I delight in rewriting brokenness into beauty. I do not abandon the broken. I bind them up, carefully and patiently, never rushing their healing. I do not discard the doubting. I draw them near, I answer with kindness. I speak gently to their fears. I show them my scars to remind them that I, too, have walked through pain, and I overcame it all to walk with them through theirs. Let your stumble become your testimony, not of shame, but of redemption. Let your weakness be the place I show my strength. Let it become the platform where my power is revealed. Let the fall become the beginning of a greater rise. Let the place where you stumbled become the ground where new strength is built. Let what knocked you down become what lifts you higher in me, not through force, but through the quiet strength of surrender. Let it teach you not only what to release, but what to embrace. Every trial, every bruise, every broken piece has value in my hands. I will not let your pain be wasted. It will become the very soil from which your purpose grows. Let your dependence on me deepen, not out of desperation, but out of love, out of the growing understanding that I am the vine and you are the branch. Apart from me, you can do nothing, but with me, even your scars will testify of my glory. This is not weakness. This is wisdom. This is intimacy. This is trust without borders. When your roots dig deep into me, you will not be shaken by storms. You will be sustained by rivers of living water. You are not finished. You are still forming. Each day, I am shaping your heart to hold more love, more wisdom, more compassion. You are not forgotten. You are being fashioned in the quiet where others cannot see, but where I am fully present. I am removing what does not serve your future and reinforcing what will carry your calling. You are clay in the potter's hands, spinning on the wheel of transformation. Do not resist the shaping. Do not fear the process. My hands are steady. My heart is for you. And I am not done shaping you into something more beautiful than you can yet imagine. I see the finished design. I see what you cannot see. I see the masterpiece emerging from the dust. You are a masterpiece in progress, and every detail of your restoration matters to me, every emotion, every prayer, every tear. I am crafting you not for survival, but for significance. What I have begun, I will complete. I am not a God of half-finished stories. I write endings that glorify me and free you. Trust me with the unfinished pages. I am not done. When guilt rises, respond with truth. Do not let it take root in your spirit. Speak life into your soul. Say out loud, God's mercy is new every morning. And do not just say it, believe it. Let it be the melody that drowns out the noise of condemnation. Let it be the sword that cuts through shame. Guilt is a feeling, but my mercy is a fact. Guilt wants to trap you in yesterday. My grace points you to today. Return to Psalm 51 often. Let David's words become your words. Let his cry for cleansing stir your heart to approach me with boldness. Let it remind you that repentance is not a wall. It is a door, not a punishment, but a path. A sacred invitation to draw closer, not run away. When you stumble, do not hide from me. Run to me. I welcome you with open arms, not a pointed finger. I restore, I renew, I revive. And each time you return, I call it growth, not failure. I call it relationship, not rejection. Come freely, come honestly, come often. Chapter 4. Your calling is not canceled. The enemy wants you to believe it's too late, that the door has closed, that because of delays, failures, or detours, you've missed your purpose, that you've fallen too far or waited too long. But I remind you now, my calling on your life has not expired. What I planted in you is still alive. The promises I made still stand. I am not limited by your timeline. I do not measure your progress the way the world does. Where others see a dead end, I see the beginning of a new path. What looks like a pause is often my hand preparing you for what's next. I do not change my mind the way men do. I do not cancel plans based on detours or delays. I do not look at your timeline and declare you too late. I am not swayed by your missteps, and I am never shocked by your moments of doubt or confusion. I know the entirety of your journey, the beginning, the in-between, and the end. I have factored in your stumbles, your fears, and your struggles. And still, I chose you. I am moved not by perfection, but by your heart. I am drawn to your willingness to return, your quiet cries for help, your humble prayers whispered through tears. Even when you fall short, I look at your desire to come back to me. Even when you wander far, I wait with open arms and eyes filled with compassion, never scolding, always welcoming. The very thing you think disqualifies you, the wound, the weakness, the fear, the thing you hide, the thing you regret, is what I will use to glorify me. You see brokenness. I see a vessel ready to be filled with purpose. You see failure. I see an opportunity for my power to shine through. My strength is magnified through what you thought was your limit, through the very places you believed would disqualify you from being used. I called Moses despite his fear and his trembling speech. I called David despite his failings, his humanity, and his sin. I called Mary despite her obscurity and her youth. I called Jonah despite his resistance and rebellion. And I called you, yes, you, knowing everything about you. Your past does not scare me. Your flaws do not push me away. Your future does not intimidate me. I am already there. Keep moving forward with me, and you will walk into the fullness of what I've planned, not a shadow of it, not a diluted or diminished version. The fullness, the wholeness, the complete, flourishing version that I envisioned for you before time began. My vision for your life includes redemption for every moment you thought was wasted, healing for every hidden wound, clarity for every place of confusion, and peace for every storm you've endured, purpose for every pain, and restoration for every season of silence and struggle. I can make up for lost time. not by rushing, but by restoring. I can return what seemed stolen and multiply what seemed small. I can bring fruit from seasons of barrenness and bloom from dry ground. I will cause gardens to rise from ashes and strength to be born from suffering. No mistake is powerful enough to override my will. No detour is wide enough to block my hand. No failure is final when I am involved. I make beauty from ashes, victory from weakness, and legacy from broken beginnings. I create stories that inspire even from chapters you thought had no meaning. Stay close. Do not measure your worth by the pace of others. Do not compare your path to someone else's progress. Stay rooted in me. Stay connected to my heart. Obey my voice even when the way seems unclear. When it seems like doors remain closed and answers seem far, I am still speaking. I am still guiding. Keep your heart soft and your ears open, and I will lead you in peace, not pressure. I will confirm my steps to you in ways you recognize and understand. I will be your shepherd in the silence, your compass when the map fades. I will speak to you when you least expect it, through the whisper of my word, through the stillness of prayer, through the unfolding of your day. I will guide you even when you can't see where it's going. And though your steps may seem small, they are bringing you closer to the promise. I will redeem every second you thought was wasted and weave it into something greater than you imagined. I will take what you believe to be the end of your story and transform it into the beginning of something miraculous. I will use what you considered useless, the broken seasons, the quiet suffering, the chapters you never wanted to write. I will take those overlooked fragments and form something holy and whole. I will amplify what you considered small, magnify what you thought was insignificant, and I will show you that nothing surrendered to me is ever truly lost. I will bless what you gave up in faith, even when it cost you, even when it hurt. I will pour out increase in the very places you experienced decrease, and I will breathe new life into what you thought was finished. Not one moment of your life is outside of my reach. Not one mistake, not one delay, not one dark season. I see the entirety of your timeline, and I am present in each part of it. I don't overlook your detours. I redeem them. I don't erase your pain. I transform it. Every night you thought I was silent, I was still working. Every prayer you whispered in weakness was a seed sown in power. Every place that feels barren I will cause to bloom. Nothing is too far gone for me to restore. I hold it all in my hands and I weave it together for good. Not a general good, but your good. Specific, personal, designed for your destiny. I never forget the plans I have for you. They are not on pause, and they have not been canceled. Time has not canceled them. Disappointment has not erased them. Delay has not destroyed them. I have not forgotten my word. I do not speak in vain. I have not changed my mind. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever, and my promise to you is alive. I am still bringing those plans to life, one step at a time, in every quiet act of obedience, in every tear-soaked prayer, in every moment you choose to trust me despite not understanding. As you keep moving forward with me, you will begin to see how nothing was wasted. And as you do, you will see that my timing is perfect. Never late, never early. My purpose is unstoppable, unchanged by the storms, and my love is unshakable, anchored deeper than your fears and stronger than every doubt. Write a letter to yourself from my perspective. Start with, I still have plans for you. Let that be your reminder when doubt tries to drown out my voice. Chapter 5. I am the one who strengthens you. You say, I can't do this anymore. I say, you don't have to. Let me. You say, I'm not strong enough. I say, my strength is made perfect in weakness. You feel overwhelmed, worn thin by the demands of life, and discouraged by your own limitations. But I am not asking you to do this on your own. I am not watching from a distance. I am right here, willing to take the weight you were never meant to carry. When you move forward with me, you are not relying on your own strength. You are walking under my covering, surrounded by my grace. I carry what you cannot. I lift what burdens you. I provide what you lack, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I sustain when the world fails, and I remain constant when everything else feels unstable. Your job is not to have it all figured out. Your job is not to fix everything in your own power. Your job is to trust me, to lean into me, to let me hold what's too heavy for you. Even the strongest stumble. Even the faithful grow tired. Even those who love me deeply have moments of despair where doubt creeps in and heaviness clouds the heart. It doesn't mean they've failed. It means they are human. It means they are pouring out, and pouring out sometimes leaves you empty. But those who wait on me, those who pause, who breathe, who slow down long enough to hear my voice again, who turn their eyes to me in the stillness of their weariness, they will renew their strength. They will not just recover, they will rise with purpose. They will walk through fire and not be consumed. They will stand up in storms and not be shaken. They will soar like eagles, not because they never grew weary, but because they learned to depend on me in their weariness. They will lean into me, and I will become the wind beneath their wings. They will run and not grow faint because they are fueled not by adrenaline or ambition, but by my spirit, which never runs dry. They are not strong because they never fall. They are strong because they rise in my strength every time they do. Keep moving forward with me, and I will lift you when you can't lift yourself. I will become the strength in your bones, the wind in your lungs, the power in your stride. I will place steadiness in your steps and clarity in your mind. I will uphold you when the world tries to push you down, when the weight of it all becomes too much to carry. I will whisper peace into the chaos and pour courage into your doubt. I will fill the cracks with my presence and hold together what feels like it's falling apart. Let me be your portion, your enough in every season. Let me be your rest, your calm in the whirlwind, your stillness in the striving. Let me remind you that I never grow weary, that I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. And when you walk with me, you will never walk alone, not for a moment. Memorize Isaiah 40:31. Recite it when you feel exhausted or defeated. Let it become the breath that fills your lungs when your own breath fails. Chapter 6. Do not look back. There is a reason I told Lot's family not to look back. There is a reason Jesus said no one who puts their hand to the plow and looks back is fit for the kingdom. Because backward glances often birth forward chains. When you dwell on what was, you lose sight of what is and what can be. Looking back keeps you anchored in a season I already brought you through. It steals your energy and muddies your vision. You cannot run forward while staring behind. You stumble not because the future is unclear, but because your gaze is stuck on what's already behind you. I know the past still speaks. I know memories haunt you. I know you revisit moments wishing they ended differently, wishing you had chosen better, reacted better, seen more clearly. But I am not in your regrets. I am in your redemption. I don't live in the mistakes. I dwell in the mercy that follows them. I don't write you off when you look back. But I call you again and again to look ahead. If you keep turning around, you will never walk straight. You will never run with endurance. You will keep tripping on old ghosts instead of walking in fresh grace. The future I've prepared for you cannot be embraced with hands holding on to yesterday. It must be received with open hands, ready hearts, and eyes focused on where I'm leading. Keep moving forward with me. I am not asking you to forget the past, but to stop living in it. I want you to acknowledge it without being owned by it. I want you to carry wisdom from it, not wounds. Use it as a lesson, not a label. Let it refine your discernment, not redefine your identity. Let it inform your faith, not imprison your mind. You were not meant to carry the weight of yesterday into the promises of tomorrow. What happened then does not hold the final word. I do. I am doing something new, right now, in this very breath. Even in this moment, I am shifting things in the unseen, unlocking doors that have been sealed, softening hearts that have been hardened, paving roads where there were only walls. I am orchestrating a renewal that will not only surprise others, but even you. The enemy wants you stuck in cycles, repeating the same hurts, the same patterns, the same lies until you begin to believe they define you. But they don't. You are not your failure. You are not your shame. You are not your trauma. You are mine. I want you stepping into freedom, breathing in new mercy with every inhale, walking in renewed identity with every step. I want you to move not with fear, but with faith, not with guilt, but with grace. Stop rehearsing what I've already forgiven. Stop reliving what I've already redeemed. Stop speaking life over the grave of what I've buried. Let go and walk ahead. Let go of the offense. Let go of the guilt. Let go of the weight that I never asked you to carry. You were made to move forward, not because the path is easy, but because I walk it with you. And with me, no step is wasted. No moment is lost. And the best is never behind you. It is always ahead. Take one memory that still hurts. Write it out. Then write over it. God has forgiven me. I choose to move forward. Pray and release it to me. Chapter 7. The power of small steps. Faith is not always a leap. Sometimes it's a shuffle. Sometimes it's crawling on hands and knees when you feel like you have nothing left to give. Sometimes it's just standing up after falling for the 100th time. A whisper of obedience in the dark. A decision to wake up and try again even when your heart is heavy. The world celebrates big wins, loud moments, headlines, applause. But I celebrate the faithful steps, the ones no one sees but me. The quiet yes, the persistent prayer, the tears wiped away in secret. The moments you choose to believe when everything says give up, when logic says stop, but your spirit says trust. You do not need to have a 10-year plan. You do not need to map out every detail of your future. You do not need to know all the answers. You need only to follow me today, to listen to my voice in this moment, to take the next step and then the next. That is how mountains are moved. Stone by stone, not all at once. Brick by brick, choice by choice. Each step a declaration of trust. Each movement forward a testimony that fear won't rule your life. When the road looks long, when the horizon stretches far beyond what you can see, and when every step forward feels like it costs more strength than you have, keep moving forward with me. I am not watching from a distance. I am right beside you. I walk at your pace, not ahead to pressure you, not behind to push you, but beside you to steady you. I match your breath, slowing down with you when you feel overwhelmed, and whispering peace when your thoughts feel chaotic. I hold your hand when you stumble, and I lift you before you fall too far. I hold space for your humanity and still call forth your destiny. I am not rushed. I do not measure your progress by speed or visibility. I am not disappointed in your pace. Whether you are sprinting, crawling, limping, or just standing your ground, if you are doing it with me, you are not behind. I am not comparing you to anyone else because your journey is uniquely tailored by my hands. There is no race to win, only a path to walk, and I will walk every inch of it with you. I only ask that you keep walking. Keep showing up with your fragile faith and your flickering hope. Keep believing that I am guiding your path, even when the steps feel small, even when the fog won't lift, even when progress is invisible to the world. Keep seeking. Keep trusting. Keep putting one foot in front of the other, even if your heart is still healing. I will honor every step, every hesitant shuffle, every slow march, every tearful stride, every moment you push through the doubt just to keep going. Because I know that even the smallest step in faith is a giant step in my kingdom. I see what no one else sees. I reward what others overlook. And in my presence, every act of obedience, no matter how small, ripples into eternity. Keep moving. You are not alone. I am with you, and I delight in your steady courage. Each morning, write down one small step you can take in faith, something simple yet intentional. At night, reflect on whether you took it. Celebrate even the smallest progress. Chapter 8. When doors close, trust me. You prayed, you waited, you knocked, you cried out with hope, you pleaded in silence, but the door did not open, and now you wonder if I even heard you. You question if I was listening, but I did. I always do. I am not deaf to your desires. I am not distant from your pain. Not every closed door is a denial. Some are protection, some are redirection, some are pauses meant to align your heart with mine. All are under my control. You must trust my no as much as my yes. You must believe I see the end from the beginning. You see a single moment, I see eternity. You feel delay, I see development. You encounter frustration, I am building foundation. I don't just answer your prayers, I answer with your good in mind and my glory in view. I see what you cannot see. If a door shuts, it is not the end. It's a signpost, a pivot point, a moment to lean into me, not run from me, a chance to let go of what you want and grab hold of what you need. Keep moving forward with me, even when you don't understand, especially then, because faith is not built in explanations, it is built in trust. Because what you call a dead end, I call a turning point. What you call disappointment, I often call deliverance. I am the one who opens what no man can shut, and I shut what no man can open. I am not just the God who gives opportunities, I am the door. I open the way, I lead through it, and I stand guard to ensure you only walk through what will shape you, not harm you. Stay close, keep trusting. You are not being denied, you are being directed. List the doors you feel have closed. Next to each, write, God is still leading me. Then pray, not for the door, but for direction. Chapter 9. I am your anchor in the storm. The winds have picked up, the waves are high. The sky feels heavy with pressure. Fear is shouting louder than faith, and every crashing sound makes you question if you'll make it through. But listen to me. I am still in the boat. I have not left you, not even for a second. I am still with you through every gust of wind, every trembling moment, every time your hope threatens to sink. Do not confuse my silence with my absence. Just because I am quiet does not mean I am far. I am nearer than your next breath. I am the calm at the center of the storm. Storms reveal what's in your foundation. They shake what can be shaken so what cannot be shaken may remain. When the waters rise and comfort disappears, you discover what you've built your life upon. I allow storms not to break you, but to strengthen you, to strip away false security, to deepen your roots, to show you that no matter how wild the sea, you are anchored in me. And if you are anchored in me, you will not drift away. You may sway, you may bend, but you will not be lost. The storm does not have the final word. I do. Do not jump ship. Do not abandon your hope. When the world tells you to flee, I tell you to trust. When fear tells you to shut down, I tell you to lift your eyes. I calm seas, but I also strengthen swimmers. I don't just stop the storm, I teach you how to stand in it. I give peace, but I also train perseverance. I develop character in the very place that feels like chaos. Keep moving forward with me. Even if the wind howls, even if the rain blinds you, keep moving. Let the storm do its work, but do not let it stop your worship. Let your praise be louder than your fear. Let your trust rise above the tide. I am with you, and no storm can sink the one I hold. Chapter 10. The journey is not over. You thought it would be easier by now. You thought the road would be smoother, the climb less steep. You thought you'd be further along, carrying less weight, standing in a place of resolution. But I tell you this, the journey is still unfolding, and I am not finished with you yet. The story you are living is still being written by my hand, and every chapter has its purpose, even the ones that feel slow, confusing, or silent. I am not delayed. I am deliberate. I know the pace at which your soul grows, and I walk with you accordingly. The enemy wants to wear you down, so you give up. He whispers that it's too late, that you've missed it, that you're falling behind. But I am the God who renews your youth like the eagles, who restores vigor to weary hearts. I am the one who breathes life into dry bones, who calls dead dreams to rise, who resurrects what you thought was lost. I finish what I start. I do not abandon works in progress. I complete them with excellence and beauty. And I started something glorious in you. Not average, not accidental, glorious. I planted gifts in you that are still growing, even in seasons that feel stagnant. Do not let delay make you doubt. Delay is not denial. Sometimes the soil must settle before the seed can sprout. Sometimes I withhold not because I am angry, but because I am aligning things you can't yet see. Do not let fatigue stop your faith. I see every effort. I honor every time you choose to believe again. Keep moving forward with me, one step at a time, one prayer at a time, one surrender at a time, because the promise still stands, even when you can't see it, even when you don't feel it. The vision is still alive. What I showed you is not a lie. It's a future I'm leading you into. The seeds you planted in tears will grow into a harvest of joy. Not just survival, but joy. Not just healing, but purpose. Not just getting through, but rising up. Just don't stop walking. Every step is sacred. Every breath is progress. And I am walking with you all the way. Stand in front of a mirror, look yourself in the eye and say, God is not done with me yet. Say it until you believe it. You do not walk alone. You never have. I have been there in your rising and your falling, in your laughter and in your silence. I walk with the weary. I strengthen the faint-hearted. I heal the broken in spirit. Let the past stay behind you. Let the fear fall beside you. Let the lies lose their grip. Walk on, my child. You are not walking to earn my love. You are walking because you are already loved. Keep moving forward with me. Always.